Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play for what I always said was the cream of the crop when it comes to Civilization games. Civ 4, to me, is still the strongest version of Civ ever. And don't get me wrong, Civ 6 is wonderful. It is a masterpiece. But one of the things I've always said is I have no right beating Civ on deity, and yet routinely, we spank Civ 6 on deity. Mostly because 1 unit per tile is very difficult for the AI to deal with. That level of tactical combat is very difficult unless you want to like set CPUs on fire with like sort of a Deep Blue style, like, you know, neural network type thing for learning the tactics. Otherwise, humans always have a big edge at beating the AI at that. Whereas with Civ 4, I never did beat it on deity. I did routinely beat it on the next to deity, which is, I think, Immortal. Emperor Immortal? I think Immortal is next to deity. And a lot of our Let's Plays on the channel were on Immortal or Emperor if for some reason I thought we were playing an unoptimized setup or I was going to try to do some goofy or something like that. Today, however, I'm dropping it all the way down to Prince. Prince, I believe the AI still gets a slight edge. I think Noble is when it's even. Prince is the AI has a slight edge. And I'm still going to give it best my chances 50-50. Trying to decide who to play as. I'd actually started a game, set it on random, got India, which was going to be very, very cool. And then I started recording it and I realized, no, you know what I have to do is I have to go back and do what I always do with a new Civ game. Either play as Egypt or play as Roman. In this case, I'm playing as Rome. To me, that's when I think of like starting a brand new Civ game, you know, a new edition of Civ, I always feel like I have to go back to the classic ancient civilizations that were so influential. And so I decided to go with Rome, and maybe we'll mix it up with some combat. I'm also playing on a Pangea map, so that we should meet a lot of people and really get involved in a lot of stuff quite early on. Was tempted to go continents or play with some of the other mods that come, or the map scripts that come with the better bug mod. We are basically playing vanilla, but there's something called bug, which is better unaltered gameplay. It's a UI improvement. And also the Bull DLL. Both these things change the gameplay in no way whatsoever, but there'll be extra buttons on the screen and extra little alerts and notifications that come up. So it doesn't change the game at all, just gives you more info. Let's go ahead and turn on the grid. I'm also, at least for the start of the game, I'm definitely going to have the resource indicators up here. So we've got a start that's interesting. We're next to a lake. The neat thing about a lake is I think you can work it right away before you even get fishing. There's a goodie hut over here, but I'd rather that get popped by my city borders expanding, because I actually don't know if this is guaranteed with the first hut, but when you pop goodie huts with normal military units, there's a chance of something bad, like it'll spawn a barbarian. Whereas when you pop it with scouts or with city borders, I don't believe it can do a bad result. So I'd like the city borders to expand. In terms of settlement, I think I'm happy with where we are. We are going to have access to fresh water for extra health because of the lake here. In your city, your base city's production will be 2 food, 1 hammer, and 1 commerce, I think. If you do settle on a tile that's got more of something like that, like we settled on the floodplains over here, then you do get to keep the excess. So the city tile itself would produce 3 food. But I don't think this is a big deal in this case. I think I'm pretty happy to settle in place. And we have gold. Okay, this is actually quite stupendous. We're going to start, I think I'm okay with working this. If we were going to make a rush to an early religion, we might be tempted to do this for the extra commerce, but I think it's going to be pretty easy for us to go ahead and work this food. Now, there is a trick in Civ 4, and I think in Civ 5 as well. I think what you want to do is turn on emphasize production. When your population grows, it'll try to put the new unit of population on something that produces as much as possible without starving. So it might still end up working like one of these 2 food tiles rather than, say, this one over here, just because I think it does make sure the city's still going to be growing. But whenever it can go and do that, your city grows first, and before calculation the money and the production. So sometimes you can squeeze 1 extra hammer or a tiny bit more commerce by either emphasizing production or commerce. I'll try to do it for the first little bit. Very quickly we'll go and just have it be a little bit more automated, because it's a lot of little micro, and the thing is, if you forget about it, then you could actually end up in a worse situation than if you were trying to squeeze out a little bit more optimization. Right now, okay, I'm going to queue up a warrior. We're going to take a look at our tech situation. Actually, we should talk about exactly what leader we are over here. So we are playing as Rome, and as Rome, let's go ahead and leaders. There's actually 2 leaders for Rome. You can play as Augustus Caesar or you can play as Julius Caesar. I believe I picked Augustus. Yeah, industrious and imperialistic is what I am here. So that is indeed Augustus. So we have a 50% boost to wonder production. We also build forges twice as quick, which is nice. And imperialistic, we get more great generals and we get a faster production of settlers. These are not, I think, god tier traits, but you know, it's still fun to play. If we'd been Julius, we'd been organized and imperialistic. As Rome, where our unique unit is the Praetorian. In Civ 4, there's not as much of a difference between the different civilizations. Each civilization has a unique unit, a unique building, and each leader has 2 traits. And so there's not anything that's quite as transformative as what you'll see in 5 and 6. But it still matters. So our Praetorian replaces the Swordsman. I believe it's a little cheaper to produce. Oh, sorry, no. It's a replacement for the Swordman, which normally has a strength of 6. This has a strength of 8, which is the same as the Maceman, which is actually pretty good. And if we can get into an early war with that, that's going to be tremendous. So in terms of my warrior here, I don't want to pop this goody hut. Clearly to the north, we've got tundra and snow. So I think our priority is going to be to move towards a little bit to the south for our first expansion. And in terms of production here, in Civ 4, settlers and workers, they will use your excess food as part of its production, so it will freeze the growth of your city if you're producing that. I'm going to start with a warrior just because it will allow our city to grow. And the other thing is, currently we don't really have anything for a builder. The builder actually would be able to mine immediately, which actually, we could get this gold hooked up really fast. Because there is, in 5 turns, this is going to grow. It's going to end up with a border that looks like this. And these are the tiles that are going to be worked at the city. Later on, the borders will continue to expand outwards, but this is all Rome will ever work, this so-called fat cross. And yeah, we could go and do a worker immediately. Because getting this gold hooked up, well, would be fantastic. With a mine on here, we get lots of production and lots of commerce, which would translate to a lot of science. But it's got no food. So I don't think we can actually work it right away. Generally speaking, with my first few techs, I like to unlock things so that my workers can do more. So it actually would be quite nice to get animal husbandry so we can build a pasture on the pigs, which is going to give us tons of food. And the marble here is pretty nice. It's a luxury resource. It also will boost the production of certain wonders, including the Oracle, which when you complete the Oracle, it gives you a free technology, which we probably want to use to pop Code of Laws early. Or literature early, one way or the other. I don't think we're going to look to found a religion. We are not spiritual, so we didn't start with mysticism, which means it takes a little bit more work before we get there. But I think we will do an oracle thing. But I think for right now, animal husbandry. I believe if we have both, so we need either agriculture or hunting to get animal husbandry. I think if we have both, it's a little cheaper. I don't think we need the camp right away. I'm thinking about getting agriculture into animal husbandry. Yeah, because we're more likely, I think, to build farms than anything else. And I don't really care about the scout unit in Civ 4. Scout unit has a strength of 1 instead of a strength of 2, so it's quite a bit more vulnerable. It does have double strength against animals, which is what you run into first. But I always felt like the scouts tend to just, like, die pretty quickly in Civ 4. They do have a movement of 2 as opposed to the base movement of 1 that your starter units all have. So they can explore a little bit faster, and they get better results from goody huts. But, again, not terrible priority. Let's go here just for elevation. Ooh, got some sheeps. Sheepies. All right, a little bit of desert, something Petra. Okay, it looks like maybe some coast over here. Ooh, now that's interesting. Okay, so our borders just expanded. This gave us a scout unit, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain. Also, we get extra vision. Ooh, there's some decent stuff. And we got a goody hut here. So we're clearly going to want the scout to pop that goody hut for the better results. I'm going to go here. I was going to say we're probably not going to see much, but we'll reveal some territory off the side of the coast. And meet Ragnar early on. Okay, hello, dude. So, I don't know if the first impression is based on the civilization or if it's randomized. We start with a -2 with him. I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, it'll be peace on our time right now. We have nothing to negotiate with him at this time. So he's down here. So probably cities are down here. I think he starts with hunting, which is why he starts with a scout instead of a warrior. I'm pretty sure is the way it goes. The AI does give you a bit of a grace period before they'll attack, so the fact that Rome is undefended isn't the end of the world.
Pray that your summers be wet and your winters clear.
Thanks, Leonard. Really appreciate you, man. All right, so now we can build farms, and it's going to lead to animal husbandry. I'm going to go, since we've already grown one, I'm going to go ahead and just put a worker at the top. And yeah, so our city isn't going to grow, but the excess food, which we're still getting from here, is going to go towards the worker. Yeah, we'll just leave this unautomated, because, yeah, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference right now. What do we get from... I think we... Oh, West gotten gold. Yeah, from this giddy hut, which is going to be okay. That means we'll be able to run a tech gold deficit for a little while we tech. So one of the big things that's different in this game than previous ones, tiles, this is not gold. These coins here, this represents commerce. And the commerce, at the start, we can have it either be... well, actually, apparently I've already unlocked espionage, but let's ignore that. Right now, 100% of my commerce is going towards science. I could send 100% of it. I could set all these sliders to 0, which means all my commerce would go to money. I can do some sort of split. I can put some into espionage. I'm just keep going 100% science right now. So commerce equals money, but also equals tech. All right, so we got a bear over here. It's got a strength of 3, so this scout's in a little bit of trouble already. But I'll move it over here, because it's going to get defense from both the hill and the forest. And I'm just going to sit here and hope the bear just, you know, goes and attacks while we're in a good position before we move anywhere else. We'll be doing some dot mapping for expansion relatively soon here. I don't know how much of a turn buffer we get before they can enter. All right, panthers are pretty dangerous because they have 2 attack and 2 move. So they can be a little tricksy. If we fortify up in the woods, we should be okay against that panther. I don't like that the bears just moved away. If I go here... It's only got a movement of 1, actually, so it actually can't reach us too much. I forgot about that. The bears are fairly slow. More bears over here. Okay, we went against a panther, which is nice. Let's go up on top of the hill for some vision. We definitely got some nice expansion stuff. Animals do not enter your borders. Later on, animals stop spawning, and instead you will get actual barbarians, and they will enter your borders. Oh, we got Monty early on. We got Vikings and Aztecs. The Vikings are down here. That's interesting. Looks like the Aztecs also founded Buddhism. It'll be interesting to see where Hinduism started. We can actually be really good friends. Monty's like crazy, but if you do get him to be your friend, you can actually do some pretty crazy stuff with him, because he's more than eager to attack other people.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Groovy. Okay, now that we've got that, I think we will pick up masonry, because we can hook up that marble early, and that's not going to be bad. Move you down here. Worker's about to finish. You know, unless... Maybe it makes sense to get bronze working first. Let's do that so we can start doing slavery and chopping. Okay, and at this point... Well, I guess you may as well keep exploring because you're quite good at it. But at this point, I'm going to want to start getting in a position... Oh my god, there's more gold here! In a position where we can defend where we're going to want to do our first expansion. It's a good thing that we've got this buffer, because that scout could have killed us. We're definitely getting the warrior set up over here to make sure that we're going to be in an okay position going forward. At least the jungle's got some defensive territory. Okay, I'm going to go stand... Oops, that's a little scary. Ooh, strength of 3 versus my strength of 2. We might just lose that guy right away. Let's get these pigs hooked up. That's going to be really good production for our city. We need RNG to, like, roll real well in our favor. Oh, we got there! Nice! Okay, because yeah, a 1 point strength difference is huge. In Civ 4, combat always goes until one side dies, or if there's a withdrawal, which can happen through a few different mechanics specific to certain unit types. Okay. Bronze working well also shows copper, which might impact our first expansion. Oh, hello, Lion. Lion's strength 2, move of 1. We'll have the forest defense. And yeah, we have base strength of 1, but a plus 100% against animals. Nice. Let's heal in place and get back to you. Yeah, finish this warrior. And then we'll probably go right into a settler at that point. And there we go. Now this tile here, look at that, 5 food from this tile. Just huge. And then I might go and mine the gold, actually. I think I will. Okay, we're going to finish that warrior. Might keep it in the city here. Then we'll get started on the settler. I'm a little worried. Although, as long as it's close to the city, so we can respond to someone doing some shenanigans, it wouldn't be a bad idea. So I can go and sit on the hill. Well, it doesn't give us any more vision. Because I do like the fog busting to prevent barbarians from spawning. Because they won't spawn where you actually have vision. Yeah, we're going to mine this gold. I guess you'll stay in the city. You stay here. You should be okay because you've got the fortifying bonus. Although maybe not. You know what? Maybe I'll move here because you are slightly damaged. If it follows me, I can go onto the hill jungle, which is going to be that much better for defense. Yeah, stay in there. Let's go here for vision. We'll probably automate his exploration later. Lots of jungle, lots of nice grassland down here. We can get a nice cottage economy going.
Seemly for a young man killed in battle to lie mangled by the bronze spear. In his death, all things appear fair.
Okay. Do we have... copper right over here. As far as we know, Ragnar doesn't have access to it, which is quite good. We can probably do an axe-based rush to take out the Vikings immediately. Okay, gold is hooked up here. We don't have the wheel yet, so I can't actually route it to Rome for the luxury. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and farm over here. Later on, well, this is actually quite dry over here. We're definitely going to want some farms, so every unit of population takes 2 food. So, and we've got a bit of extra food over here, and these are already at 3. But overall, if you look at all these tiles, right, you can do the math. So this is equal, this is -1, -2, equal. Now we're at +1. 0, -1. So you can see, overall, if you count up all the food and all the tiles, it'd be nice if there was an automated thing through that. We'd be running negative. So we don't actually have enough food here to work every single tile without running low. So we will want some extra farms. And in any case, early on, we're going to be very happy to have the growth there, especially since it will allow us to work the gold. I mean, I can probably just go and dodge this guy. Let's see if we can meet some more neighbors. Wow, more copper over there. Be great if we could keep a monopoly on that and deny other people the ability to get some. Let's go onto this hill. Although, I think the jungle might give us more defense. I think the hills are 25 and the jungles and forests are 50. I'm not sure. I should check that out, though, because that's kind of relevant. Well, it doesn't matter. That scout's dead now. Okay. Settler done. I'm going to get another warrior. We need to eyeball a few things. I think we are going to settle over here. So, let's start dot mapping. So, Alt-X is the way to get this. I think this is part of the bug mod. I don't think it's part of vanilla. This is actually kind of a nice city location right here. It gets the gold pretty early. We'll get the pigs. It'll get some sugar. On the other hand, we definitely want to make sure to have access to this copper pretty early on. That's not bad. What about something like this? Or even like this? Ooh, I think I kind of like that. The city would get to work the cows immediately. Rome's borders are going to keep expanding because our palace is there. So eventually the copper will be workable as is. What else are we looking at? Probably something like that. Something like this. You kind of want to do a rough little dot map just to... I'm sure we'll do something like this or here. Probably this eventually. Something over here like that. Just because, you know, that way you can have a little bit of planning. Oh, that misses out on some tiles over here. Which is fine. It would be nice to take advantage of all of them. That seems like a good spot there. What else could we do? We could do something like that. But then, unless this keeps going here, I suspect it's a dead end. But, like, maybe that's a city. And that gives us, you know, maybe an option to do something like that. Yeah, I don't know what this coast is going to look like. We'll probably need a little bit more vision. But in any case, I think I'm happy to go, like, here and here. The other thing I could do is I could just settle here. Lots of overlap with the capital. But when you're looking to rush, that's not necessarily the worst thing. Alright, I think I will move to here. So this warrior, let's get over this way. So it's escorted in a sense. You got a new warrior coming soon. I'm going to move you down here in preparation for that. Because I think we will settle both of those. We'll go to 3 cities.
Put your shoulder to the wheel.
And then just spam the hell out of Axemen. And if I'm going to do that, I don't really need the library right away because we're going to do the push. I might just want to get iron working because we might have access to iron, which is going to be great for production. And then that gives us access to Praetorians. And then we can definitely do this early attack. Okay, let's go for another set. Oh, I forgot to change my laws. Damn it. I was dismissing it so I could talk about it. I definitely want to go to slavery. So we're going to have 1 turn of revolution, so none of my cities are going to produce anything, but I only have 1 city to produce things right now. But yeah, we're going to implement slavery. That is interesting. I don't know. I think I'm okay with my position here. Build here. We'll get Antium. And why don't you start on a worker right away? It's not like you can really grow currently regardless. Maybe what I'll do is I will put you up on this hill. Just to fog bust a little bit. And I guess I'll get the marble... Oh, I don't actually have masonry, never mind. Oh, then what I should do is I should get this cow hooked up. Yeah. So that Antium can work that and get really good production. So now what we can do, because we've got slavery, is we can sacrifice population to hurry production. So I guess I need to do that, and then no barbarians can spawn in this area, but it does keep my capital a little bit exposed. And yeah, you chill over here. Suppose if I'm here, I may as well check the situation off the coast. Okay, not terribly exciting. I don't know, I better send you back here. We do want to send some more warriors out here to push the fog away. But we can wait a scooch. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I am going to build a road on the cattle. So that'll bring the cattle into the cities, which will give us a health bonus, which doesn't matter right now. We can also sacrifice population to rush that settler now, which I'm definitely going to do. But more importantly, we're going to need this road to connect up to the copper. Now, being adjacent to the river here, the river does act as a way, like as a connection. So once we get a road here, Antium and Rome will be connected to one another. Actually, Rome isn't next to the river. We are going to have to build, say, a road right here. And then they'll be connected to one another. Okay, wolf going around, that's fine. I'm going to build a warrior here so we can get the city back up to size 3. And then we'll build another settler. Or, I don't know, 3 cities is a pretty good starting number here. Actually, what I'll probably do is just get another worker in Rome. Yeah. Rome can hurry the warrior. No, let the warrior pop. And then we can get the barrack stuff going as well. Because we're going to want that. I think I'm going to get another worker. And then you, since we're probably going to be moving forward, I want you to just barbarian bust somewhere back here. Kumea? Kumai? I'm actually wondering about going immediately into barrack production. I think we are. Because we're going to be ready to do a push. Ironworking in a couple turns. Actually, maybe it'll turn out I'm going to want another settler for that. I think we can do an Axemen-based push to start off with, though. Okay, Antium, you're going to get your barracks started. We're going to be ready for an aggro push that way, yeah. And then... well, for now, go over here. Make sure that gets hooked up as soon as possible. And that road as well, so everything's interconnected. When are your borders going to push out again? 2 more turns. Okay, in 2 turns, it will access this copper. Good.
You should hammer your iron when it is glowing hot.
Okay, I'm also going to... well, I'm going to go to writing or mysticism. Well, if I'm going to do the oracle thing, we're going to need this. We'll need writing as well. I need either one of these to give me a little bit of culture. And I guess the monument's cheaper, because we might need it for these borders to push out. As long as Rome does grab the copper, we're going to be okay. Iron near... oh, shit! Iron over here! Okie dokie. Well, that suits me fine. Let's get... yeah, we're going to get some vision over here. just to prevent barbarians from spawning behind us. Get a road up to this iron as quickly as possible. So we're actually going to do a Praetorian rush. Yeah. We don't have a lot of tech. Well, that's okay. We're not running a lot of those. Hey, Korea. You can often be quite dangerous. Oh, yeah, we don't have any deals whatsoever we can make right now. So I'll just stand you over here. It's not a very protected location, but it'll prevent barbarians from spawning in an annoying spot over there.
Nature herself has imprinted on the minds of all the idea of God.
Okay, I'm going to get pottery into writing. We can get the granaries going. I'm going to skip Stonehenge. We don't have stone to rush it. We will be able to do marble-based things at some point, though. That's going to be okay. Go for barracks. We're going to want to be able to get to the front a little easier. We're going to need a road connection here. Okay, let's do this. And yeah, you just chill over here. Okay. We're losing money right now, but that's okay. It's because we've got more cities. So in Civ 4, each city costs maintenance, and the maintenance is based on the distance from the palace, as well as how many cities you have in total.
Power over the clay to make
what I'm going to do here, because we're going to do a bunch of chopping, I'm going to put a granary at the top of the list for all these cities. Because the granary lets the city grow faster. So that way, every time I sacrifice a unit, we do get a bounce back a little bit faster, which is going to be nice. Over here, we're going to chop some of these woods as well for some forests, or for some farms. And as for you, let's do this, which will get that city connected to our entire setup. And then we'll probably come here and chop that for a forest, which will also accelerate Kumai. And we'll do a bunch of whipping, which we can start on now. So, sacrifice 2 population for 10 turns of unhappiness, and a granary a little faster. You are going to chop this forest to build a farm. Same thing here. Chop this forest to build a farm, which we're going to appreciate the growth. Stonehenge has been built somewhere. That's okay. Come here and you can help build that forest a little faster. Judaism's been founded. Okay, oh, the Vikings did that. Well, if we take their capital, we will get the holy city for Judaism. And that wouldn't be too shabby. Okay, more whipping, more unhappiness. And get started on Praetorians. Yep.
True glory consists in doing what deserves to be written, in writing what deserves to be read.
I'm going to see if the Aztecs in Korea want open borders, because it'd be great to be friendly with them. Other than that, let's get masonry. And at this point, yeah, masonry, as long as we've got priesthood, then we can start on the oracle and we'll have access to code of laws. Usually I get priesthood, then writing, so that we can work on writing while the oracle is being worked on, but I think I forgot. Oh, what is this? Complete this quest, you must invade Vikings and gain control of the horses. Well, that sounds great. That sounds very much like what I'd like to do anyway. I think we will need more farms in this area. Farm specific. Oh, do you work that tile? Oh, perfect. Let's get a farm here, because you'll get a huge amount of growth on that tile. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mine this gold at the same time. And you've got a lot of unhappiness stored up, Rome. Let's let you just get that back here. Yeah, just start pushing out units. Okay. Praetorians. We might want one axeman just to counter their axes if they've got it. We'll see. I guess I can go and get this copper. Just mostly for the production boost at this point, because we don't actually need the copper because we have iron.
It is from their foes, not their friends, that cities learn the lesson of building high walls.
So yeah, we can build walls now, but mostly we did that for the quarry. Would love to get the library tech and stuff going on, but no. Praetorians, let's move you over here. 16 turns of unhappiness. We'll wait a little bit before we go. And let's build a road over here. Because actually, we don't have a road on the gold either, so we actually don't have the luxury yet. But that is going to help us increase our city cap a little bit, which is going to be nice. Okay, that's done. Oh, right. Aztecs, you want open borders, man? Let's be cool. Nice. And Korea. Cool. Excellent. Just ignoring the Vikings. We probably want some more mines over here, because actually Antium's got good production, or good food from the cattle and this one farm. I suppose if I hooked up this gold, I'd have one to trade. But I think what I'm going to do... I suspect that we're going to get some watermills down here later. But for now... Actually, for now, what I might just want to do is road up towards the front just to make it a little easier to move our troops forward after. That's not a terrible idea.
Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation.
All right, let's chop some more. We're gonna chop very aggressive, or sorry, whip very aggressively here for a little bit. Hit a critical mass of units. Praetorian, Praetorian, and if we can keep going, we're gonna keep going here. Trying to hit a timing before they get, you know, more notable enemies. Oh, it stopped our ability to build a road over here. Praetorian. Yeah, we also get some overflow, which is nice. And if we get like 5 or 6, I think that's going to be the critical number.
The Lord make his face to
How much? Can I research Code of Laws very quickly? Because then it's... Oh, I need mathematics.
Upon you and give you
Well, tell you what, we might go mathematics here, just so that we're a little closer in case we do need the catapult. But here's the oracle, which we're going to build in our capital. Also, Hinduism spread to us. Let me say no for a second here, because it will give us some anarchy. And actually, let's do another Praetorian in the capital. We're going to finish it next turn anyway, so let's just wait on that. Okay. I could also save money to upgrade the warriors. It might not be a bad idea. We don't have to run math, so I'm just going to set everything down to 0 right now, in case we need to YOLO some upgrades. You're going to do another Praetorian. You're going to do a Praetorian. And let's whip... Okay, we're going to be ready to go shortly. Come down here. Farm that. Move up over here. Yeah. All right, whip that one. 5. So they've expanded over here, but their capital's here. I'd like to hit their capital as soon as possible. Yeah, let's make that as a priority, because that's where their main production center is going to be. So if we can prevent them from being able to build a bunch of units, that'll be great. Still going to Praetorian here. And yeah, the Oracle, we are going to want to work in Rome if we can. We might need more units back here, but I think we're going to be whipping one pretty quickly. So I think it's going to be defended. And yeah, otherwise, let's just see about just getting this road just a little bit more here. I think they probably put another city over here, too. More cities for me, I guess. All right, go. Okay. These units are ready to go now. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to stick to the forests. Okay, Vikings. I guess it's something else. Declare war. You can also, if for some reason they're refusing to talk to you, you can just alt-click on them over here to make it happen. I'm going to go here for some vision. Okay, roads are set up over here. That's great. You need some border expansion over here is what needs to happen. But I guess that's going to have to do. We're going to send you way over here because we can hook up that marble now. Okay. I think this is going to be a very good rush for us. I think it's going to be stupendous. Another Praetorian. Well, I think I'm going to just have to keep spamming out some Praetorians for now. Okay, that's Korea. That's Monty. Ragnar's got a scout over there. No. Yeah, because you can move onto a tile that's got an enemy unit. I may as well boop the scout. It will impact their willingness to declare peace if you do more damage to them, so, you know, it's not too shabby. Let's move you way up here. Yeah, actually, I just realized we don't even have the marble hooked up for my building of the Oracle, which it would be building faster, but it looks like we're going to get it pretty quick. Hopefully no one beats us to us. It would be, or beats us to it, because that would be annoying. Temple of Artemis has been built. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna do here. So I'm just gonna do this just for some mobility, rather than strictly needing the road for other reasons. And I'm not promoting the units right now because if we get attacked, we can heal by promoting. You still earn XP in this as opposed to other ones, as other games, even when you have promotions waiting. And yeah, I've got enough money so that I can upgrade a warrior if I suddenly need to. That is a Ragnar Archer, 99.48% chance to win, so we'll take that. Move here, and so this guy just took a little bit of damage, so I'm going to promote him. I don't think the Archer can really kill us here, so I'm just going to go for the City Raider promotion. So that'll give him plus 20% to city attack as opposed to plus 10% to all attacks. It's a fair number of archers, and they've got a 40% defense boost because of their city. But we're 70% chance to win. We lost that one. 73%. Okay. 87. 88. We lost to 88. That's actually really bad luck, but we're still going to take the city. It just cost us... statistically, it cost us maybe one more unit than we should have. Potentially, we might have lost 0 units, but... Now, over here, 88% and 87%. 55, but we've got one that's totally healthy over here. Let's start with you. 88. Okay, good. 94. I'm going to take the 68 and lose, and 99. And there we go. We have the capital, and it is the holy city for Hinduism. Lovely. We will be making a swap to Hinduism. In fact, I think right now... Well, no. I'm going to finish... Wait for the Oracle to finish. Then we're going to do it. Why don't you get yourself a granary so you can grow up again pretty quickly? Hey! We got ourselves a first great general, which I think Kumai is going to be a pretty productive city for units. So I'm thinking I'm going to deploy him there for the bonus XP. Meanwhile, you two are going to come over this way, because Ragnar clearly has another city over here. And I think we're just going to eliminate the Vikings completely. Okay, Oracle in 1 turn. Good. We're going to use that to get Code of Laws for free. Ooh, actually, we won't mind the pyramid either. Although we do need to get some courthouses going because our maintenance is going to go up a lot. But I think I will start the pyramids. We don't have stone, so we don't get a boost there, unfortunately.
Righteousness in the land so that the strong should not harm the weak.
Okay, we are going to make some changes. Oh, that founded Confucianism as well. Okay, I'm going to say yes. Do I also get to change my policies on the same turn? Because I'll get a turn of anarchy. Can I also do this? No, because I do want to change... Actually, I guess I don't need to change any of my policies yet. Okay, so religions. How do they work in this game? They're very different from Civ 4. They get founded in a random city. Well, not truly a random city. I think it's the biggest city with the least number of religions. Interestingly enough, it didn't form the capital, or maybe the newest city. I don't know. There's some rule for that. It wasn't going to found in Kumai or Ninurus. Oh, shit. Hold on. The Vikings founded Hinduism and Judaism? And now we founded Confucianism? We're going to have access... We're going to own 3 holy cities? Our economy is going to be amazing. So you can't do the upgrades like tithe and different things like that in this game. But if you do generate a great profit, you can get them to build the holy building for the religion, in which case you get 1 gold, actual gold, not commerce, 1 gold per turn from each city that follows that religion, which can be a huge moneymaker. The first 3 religions, which is Buddhism, Hinduism, and Judaism, because they're early, they just, they get a holy city, that's it. The other religions that get unlocked later on, because they're a little bit later, as a bit of a catch-up mechanism, they do start you off with a single missionary. We're going to use that missionary to spread it somewhere that's already got a religion, because cities with no religions will get religions auto-spread to them. So I'm going to send it over here to Kumai. And over here, we're going to finish Uppsala. Install a new governor. We could have burned it down if we weren't happy with the position, but the position seems okay. We'll get the granary going on. You rest until healed over here. You guys are in pretty decent shape, so I'm just going to move you to the last city. Did it over here. Plus, you've got some upgrades that can heal you. Oh, it's not there. And we need to get the road on the marble. And yeah, this great engineer, or great general, sorry, is going to join the city. Now, all military units produced here are going to get plus 2 XP, which is going to be nice. And there's probably some rushing we can do. Oh no, we're in anarchy, so we actually don't get to do that. That's also why nothing is really being produced, because nothing happens during anarchy. That's hooked up. Great. So what do we want to do now? Well, I think we might go and chop these forests to give a boost to the pyramids. Well, let me set this to max. Before we chop, we'll get mathematics done, because mathematics means you get more from chopping. So actually, what I really want to do, I think, is I want to get a farm over here. It's got fresh water from the lake. These tiles only generate 1 food each. Rome is definitely going to need a little bit more food. Okay, you're going to chill over here. You're not trying anything there, Korea, are you? I mean, no one really likes me. Actually, the Aztecs are really not keen. Oh, they wish I was Buddhist. Well, that's probably not going to happen, man. So, yeah, the Aztecs and I are not going to get along. Okay, you're going to spread Confucianism over here, please. So, having a religion in the city... So first of all, if you have no state religion, you still have religion in cities, and the fact that it's a holy city gives you some culture, but only a little bit. But if you don't have a state religion, every holy city you've got generates a little bit of culture. If you do choose a state religion, then the other holy cities don't do anything anymore, but your primary one goes to +5 culture per turn. But more importantly, if you have a state religion and it's present in the city, that gives you +1 culture and 1 happy face. So there's a culture being happening over here now, which as a result of the religion, which is very handy. You're going to move into the city here, and we'll get you to heal up before we send you out. Actually, is that... Oh, that's a Viking worker. This unit here... Thanks. I could use a worker. That's excellent. And then, you know what? Maybe I will move you towards here, just in case we need a little bit more of a push to finish this. All right. Praetorian... We are going to want to do more settlers, but what we really need is we need courthouses. So yeah, right now... So there's maintenance in the city. Okay, so this city has a maintenance of 3, which is based on distance of palace, number of cities. A courthouse cuts the maintenance in half. And you can see if we built a courthouse, effectively the same as gaining 1.53 gold per turn, which is a fairly significant amount right now. One of the things that's very easy to do in Civ 4 is overexpand. Buildings don't cost maintenance, but cities do. And at some point, so we're running a deficit now, at some point, even at 0 science, we'd still be running a deficit, and that can be a bad situation. So you fix that with markets and things, but also the courthouses. Anyway, over here, 95, 98%, install a new governor, and the Vikings are now deceased. You know what? Actually, I will queue up the courthouse. So that's that. First episode done. We've taken out the Vikings. That's really good news. And it's going to put us in a great position. That and the 3 holy cities. We definitely would like to go and settle over here fairly quickly. If we can do that without competition, that would be a lovely thing. Yeah, and then push into whoever's next. I don't think I can see any borders. So I don't know if it's Korea or the Aztecs that are right next to me right now. Yeah, no clue. No clue. I feel like it might be Korea because I feel like we've seen more of their units. We'll see. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you're as excited for this series as I am. And I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.